Southern slave owners spent decades preaching that black people were unintelligent and incompetent. It only took Robert Smalls a couple of hours to prove them wrong. This is the story of one of the most daring heists of the Civil War. This is the Reconstruction Report. Robert Smalls was a U.S. representative, a U.S. Navy transport captain, and the owner of Big Brass Balls. But before all that, Smalls was enslaved in Charleston, South Carolina, forced to chauffeur Confederate officers around on a repurposed steamer, the CSS Planter. Smalls was a sharp, talented leader. He put together an escape plan that leveraged his skills and exploited the CSA's hubris. He recruited his fellow enslaved boatmen on the CSS Planter, except this one guy he didn't trust. Together, they hijacked the Planter, scooped up their families, and successfully passed through 6 Confederate checkpoints, including Fort Sumter with the big guns. Smalls and his Justice pirates weren't out of danger once they were clear of Fort Sumter's boom tubes. The mouth of Charleston Harbor was surrounded by the Union Navy, and Smalls, his boys, and their families were speeding straight for the blockade in a Confederate gunboat. With the quickness, they struck the stars and bars and ran up the real Confederate flag, the white bedsheet of surrender, or dish towel. Just as the Union was about to cannon the snot out of the Planter, they saw the bedsheet and stood down. Smalls called out to the captain, "Good morning, sir. I brought you some of the old United States guns, sir." Robert Smalls had big brass balls. That's the Reconstruction Report with stories the Lost Cause doesn't want you to know.